this lover girl of February. I love it, love it, love it. Aquarius season, first of all, the best. Might be biased, I'm an Aquarius. My birthday is February 16th, which is also 2 days after my favorite holiday, Valentine's Day. Obviously, like, a fun reason to be romantic with my partner, but I also feel like Valentine's Day is the craftiest holiday. Like, it's all about making cute stuff in pink and red color schemes for people and like adding lace and glitter and stuff, so very in my aesthetic. Someone asked me if I was making a like Valentine's themed Material Girls magazine. I was like, isn't every issue Valentine's themed? Like, that is just the world I like to operate in, and so I love when like the day comes up and I actually get to like celebrate that. So it's a stocked festival of events here. We've got Valentine's Day, 2 days later my birthday, about a week after that is Grace and I's anniversary. February is obviously a short month, so I feel like it often feels so like action-packed. Always seems to be like good concerts coming into town in February. I don't know, so I'm just very excited for all of it. I'm feeling lighter, I'm feeling younger than ever, which is crazy to say as I'm about to turn older. I feel like I've just been very reflective because coming up on some like major milestones. I'm turning 25 this weekend. Grace and I's anniversary is our 5-year anniversary. It's gonna be the third birthday that I celebrate in London, but the first one I feel like I'm fully enjoying, which sounds weird to say. Like, obviously I've had some fun birthdays, but the first one we were very much like not settled here at all. Like, we didn't really know anyone. Second one we were in the midst of some pretty intense like visa stuff, and honestly it just made me feel like old. Like, we made some big moves when we were younger. We moved to London when we were 22, and because we were so intense about like saving money, like visas cost a lot of money, about doing paperwork, about, you know, just being in the right place at the right time and like really getting this process set up and being really strict about that. I think I felt so like old, especially because with visas and stuff you just have to plan your life out a few years in advance because you have to save a lot of money to like make those things happen. It takes months to turn these processes over. Like, it's just quite intense, and I felt like we were taking our life so seriously, and like a lot more seriously than a lot of the other 22-year-olds around us. Look back and I'm just like nothing but proud that we worked so hard when we were young to like get ourselves set up, because now I'm 25 and I feel younger and lighter than ever. We're in a flat that we love our careers, we have friends that we're spending this weekend with. Yeah, just like really proud of our younger selves for like busting our asses and making that work. And I look back and think like, oh, baby Alexa and Grace, like, we were so young, we felt so old, we're making big moves, and I'm proud of us. And yeah, I'm approaching 25 feeling like lighter than ever, which is just a really cool feeling, because for a while I was like, when will I have my like silly 20s era? But we're kind of coming out on the other end, and I feel like we're kind of celebrating a lot of that this week. Like, going into milestone birthday, just feeling really excited about where I'm at, and going into a milestone anniversary, really proud of what we've accomplished in our relationship and the life that we're building together. So yeah, I don't know, feeling romantic. Grace and I are celebrating Valentine's Day together, obviously. Then this weekend, it's birthday weekend. So something else that I love about my birthday being around Valentine's Day is there's always good parties going on, because people want to throw, you know, Valentine's Day themed stuff. It's always a cute theme. I always get to wear a fun dress. Going to a lesbian club night that we really like with some friends. My actual birthday, which is Sunday, we're going to just hang out, Grace and I together, go get brunch at one of our favorite places and do some shopping. It's a stocked week, lots of things to celebrate. And Grace and I are very like dedicated to celebration, which is something that I love about our relationship. Like, any milestone that we get to reflect and do something fun together and bring people together to celebrate it, we will take it. So I feel like this is a great week for that. Birthday dress try on. I got this dress from Opry Studio. Got the exact same one last year in red. Absolutely love it. Like, I have never felt cuter in a dress, and so I was like, let's get it in black. I wear the red one a ton. I'm sure I'll wear the black one even more. They had it in my size. What I will say though, shipping internationally, like to and from the UK, continues to get like harder and harder. I had to pay £50 in customs fees to like get it into the country, and I didn't know that when I ordered it on the website. It was like once it entered the country, I got a notification that was like, we're not going to give this to you unless you pay it. I was like, I guess at this point I'm gonna pay it, aren't I? But that sucks, because honestly, like, Australian designers are doing really cool things right now. So the dress, ruching all over, bubble skirt down below. I might need to steam it a bit, but I just think it's such a flattering shape. Like, this looks so good on everyone. With my big black boots right now, I think with cowgirl boots, that would also be really cute. I need to get the tag off, but she's cute. Opera Studio, you've done it again. I might do it with my hair up, because I feel like the sleeves have this cute little like bit there. I don't want to be covering it up with my hair, so that could be kind of fun. So anyway, this is the outfit for our little lesbian club night. So we're going out tonight. I'm about to get my hair cut. A hack that I just discovered that I realized like probably lots of other people do is getting your hair done like on the day that you have an event. I discovered this the day of the Material Girls World launch party. I happened to get a haircut that day just because it was like a day that I had some time open to do that. And the guy made my hair look so good. Obviously, after you go to the salon, I feel like you smell so good because they put in like fancy products, and he did like a blowout, and then I showed up to the party with like the best hair I've ever had. So fingers crossed that happens again today. I suppose if I don't like how they style it, I can just like wet it down and do it the way that I would normally do it, but it's getting really long, so I'm excited to get a little haircut, might go a bit shaggier. However, and if other people like know a way around this, like let me know what you do. I feel like I often go into salons and it's a lot of straight girls doing hair, and I go in with like long hair and show them something with like lots of layers, something choppy, like not a shag, but like a little shaggy, you know? And they like don't give me something that shaggy, like they'll give me like layers, but I still feel like I end up leaving looking very much like straight girl with the blowout a bit. And it looks good. Like I love my head of hair. Honestly, like I've been having a fun little blowout moment here. But I don't know like what I need to say to be like, yes, like I do want to look gay. Like please give me the shag that I'm showing you a reference picture of. We'll see. I'm gonna be more like clear this time because last time I went, I showed kind of like a choppy shaggy thing to the person that cut my hair. They were like, you want the top layers quite short, like that's quite shaggy. And I was like, yes, I do. Like I would like it to look like the picture that I'm showing you. I've just been going to salons in my neighborhood because there are quite a few around and they seem to all be at like similar price points. If you're in London and you have a good like femme shaggy hairstylist, please let me know because I would love to like, first of all, give my money to a gay person. I don't know, I like my hair, but I feel like sometimes I'd like to look a little bit more like I'm like making a choice or like doing something, you know? So this dress, a little shorter, a little shaggier. Let's hope we can pull it off. Okay, birthday haul. So my actual birthday was on a Sunday, so obviously we had some plans with friends before, but on Sunday I just hung out with Grace and we went to brunch and we went shopping. Mainly stationery shopping, which is the best kind of shopping because I feel like you get to pick out lots of like fun, cute little things, but it never gets expensive. We checked out some stores in central London that I hadn't been to before, so that was very exciting. I have lots of sticker sheets and things to show you. I already cracked them open and did a junk journal spread earlier, so they're in here. This is my little like scrapbooking bin. I didn't get this weekend. This is actually something Grace got me for Christmas. It's a toil steel box, which is so cool, and it perfectly fits like all my pens and stuff like that. So the first place we went was Choose and Keeping, which was a gorgeous store. They make a lot of like specialty papers and things like that, so you can definitely get some very expensive things. I got some stickers, and again, I've already used some of these, but these are little food stickers. Aren't they cute? And they're like raised. They have a really nice texture to them. Oh my gosh, one just fell. Look at that little sundae. I gotta get it back on there. I can't lose that. Some labels. I just thought these would be so cute to put, I mean, on envelopes like this to give things to people. I already put one on my junk journal. Alexa, can I say this store is so beautiful? Like they have these really pretty stickers that they put onto everything. So I have my labels in here. And then I also got a bunch of little sticker sheets because they had this little area where they had stickers on a roll and you could like pick off these little squares and it was all just 75 pence per little square. So I have little mice, Russian dolls, aren't those cute? And they're holographic. Cake stuff, there's a cute cupcake that I already used. And these ballet stickers, so sweet. Little holographic flower bouquets. These I actually tried to use. They're just like little sparkly hearts. And when they come off, they're not sticky, like it's pulling the paper off with them. So I don't know, I might have to wait till I'm like patient enough to glue those. And then some little cats. I already used a bunch of these, so I'm like needing to go back or thinking I should have gotten, you know, multiple squares of each, but fun to just like choose off lots of little ones. The last craft store was the London Graphic Center, which I actually hadn't heard of before, but I found out about it because that's where Grace tracked down one of these bins for me over Christmas. She was like looking online and saw that that was a place she could pick one up, and then it was like I stumbled upon this great art store, like we need to check it out. They sell some cool stuff like those bins. They had cool like backpacks and cameras and stuff there. They also had a lot of art supplies, paints and printmaking things and drawing papers, as well as some little crafty things. So I'll be going back there again if I have like a bigger project I need to work on, but again, today I was just kind of looking for scrappy little things. So I got this mesh pen case, which is cute. A bunch of tapes. You can never have too much washi tape, right? And they had some really cute ones. I think that these are my favorite. I'm really into like ginghams and plaids right now, and those are like so in my color scheme. And then a little sticker sheet that's all these girly things. Like it has like heels and shopping bags and makeup. I just think that is so cute, and they're super small stickers, so that'll be fun to play around with. So great craft haul. I will definitely be going back to both of those places. We were in Covent Garden area, so we had to go to the Glossier store. A little tray of things that I got here. They were having an offer on balm.com, so if you buy them you can put little charms on them. So I tried out and got the black cherry balm.com, which I was kind of a hater when they dropped this, honestly, because I was like, black cherry is already being done, something unique. It looks like you're just trying to hop onto a trend, but honestly this is really good. It's one of the more pigmented balm.coms that I've seen. New shade of their Ultra Lip. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. I use these all the time. Got it in a new color Flute, and it's just super red. This is kind of silly, but I got one of their soap trays. This was like my silly birthday gift. So they make these soap trays that say, they come in a few colors, and they say Glossier, can you see that, on the bottom. Lay like that so you can use them as a soap tray, but they're modeled after, and I actually think this is so clever, at their stores, the way that they display products is they have big trays of these things, and they lay all the products in them like this for you to try. I started selling it in a soap dish tray. For a while I was like, that's stupid, I'm not gonna get that. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get that. So I'm thinking not to use as a soap tray, but to keep maybe on like a bedside table or something, and you know, keep littlebalm.com in there or whatever. It just like looks cute on top. And those are the things that I bought, and then like send in your order and they send it from upstairs and it comes out in a cute little bag. But mine was like taking a long time. So they're like, oh, so sorry, there was a mix up. Like, we'll get that to you right now. And then it came with a free birthdaybalm.com in it, just as a little like, sorry for the wait, I guess, which is so sweet because they didn't even know it was my birthday, but I was like, okay, birthdaybalm.com. I always thought it was so cute because of the sparkles on top. So that was like a cute little surprise in there. And I went to, they had a little station there where if you bought balm.coms that day, you could add charms to them. So now I have a little hot pink star on my charm. I think that's so sweet. Top was the Hoka store for a bit of a controversial purchase. I got the black Hoparas. You think they're ugly? I don't want to hear it. I think these are super cool. I love a tactical shoe, like just like huge sole. These are so fun to stomp around in. I have a pink pair and they're like the comfiest pair of shoes that I own. I just feel like they're so unique and fun. And so I was like, I want to get a black pair. I think I would get a bunch of use out of a black pair because you can just wear these with anything. You see the vision? It's like this with a scrunched sock and like a tennis skirt in the summer, around on a bike. You know, it's just a very tactical, sporty shoe. You know, they kind of look like dad shoes, but I think that's going to be fun to style. So that was my last little birthday shopping, and I've already worn them pretty much every day since. We celebrate birthday week in this household, which is so fun. So birthday week is continuing. Today is Wednesday. We're going to a concert tonight. Sammy Ray, who's this like jazzy poppy singer that I've loved since college, and now she's visiting London. We've never seen her in concert, so that's going to be super fun. And tomorrow we're going out with some other friends who I haven't seen yet, and we're going to go to this bar that on Thursdays does 5 pound margaritas, and Saturdays Material Girls Club. So we're just rounding out the week with some great vibes. This week was consumed by Asia Barber. I've been really looking forward to reading this. The subtitle is The Need for Collective Change, Colonialism, Climate Change, and Consumerism. I think this was one of the most accessible but challenging reads that I've had on sustainable fashion. It's a quite casual conversational writing style that makes it pretty easy to read, but it also broaches very nuanced, serious topics and really challenges the reader and their place in those conversations. So it begins by talking about the current fashion system and draws a really clear picture of how it is colonization. He defines colonization as entering another country to extract labor and resources. Talks about how it looks a bit different than the colonialism that we might have like learned about in school. It isn't settler colonialism where countries will send people to go live and occupy a space, but it still wreaks the same economic havoc on these countries. He also breaks down really specifically what this looks like and says it's not just, you know, these terrible jobs and unethical labor practices, but it's about trade policies and how governmentally we're making it impossible for countries to become economically free of Western corporations. It's about where we dump toxic waste and what we do with excess clothing. It's about policing and how companies participate in the intimidation of labor organizers in order to stop them from demanding better rights. And of course, it's very common to only give work to places that are willing to accept the least amount of money. That's why outsourcing to other countries started in the first place. And she talks about this phenomenon called the race to the bottom, which is basically just these companies moving from factory to factory until they can find the lowest price possible, completely driving certain groups out of the market by just not offering any work unless people are willing to take unlivable wages for it. So a lot going on. It's all colonization. It's all related to fast fashion. It talks about the white saviorism that's inherent in this idea that like, oh, this is actually good, like that's considered a good job in that country. Very problematic, this idea that these countries' economies would fail without Western intervention or without these job opportunities from Western companies. Talks about how that completely ignores the fact that all of these traditionally pillaged countries had thriving economies and industries up until colonization. By definition, the destabilizing of these economies that's happening now because of Western corporations is colonialism. The second half is mainly about questioning your own personal consumption, and I love how she approached this as well. So it kind of starts with the concept of charity, talking about how a lot of us feel like we're engaging with sustainable fashion by donating clothes, and donating clothing kind of started as this charity thing that was like, oh, just donate to us and we'll like give it to people in parts of the world that don't have clothing. There's so much clothing on the earth, like there are no places on earth right now that don't have clothing. That's number one. But then number two, she talks about like our personal relationship to just consumption and donation, and challenges the reader to think about their personal relationship to consumption and donation, and thinking about things like, you know, if you're going to donate something because it has a rip or a stain or whatever, but you think like, oh, it still has life in it, like someone else will enjoy it. Like how problematic is that thinking to be like, this is not good enough for me, but it'll be good enough for someone else. She also really candidly and honestly talks about wealth, and I really appreciate how she entered this conversation, because I feel like it's one that I see, especially online, get shut down all the time because people just say like, I can't afford this, so I have to do this, or there's no ethical consumption under capitalism anyway. And she's like, you know what, like there is no reason to shut this conversation down. We all have a responsibility to be honest with ourselves about what we can consume. She talks very importantly about the difference between being poor and being broke because of your consumption habits. It's no one's fault. It's capitalism, it's marketing. Like we are fed so many things that are like, in order to be cool, in order to be in, like there's a new season that comes out every week of clothing, you need this, you need that. It is our responsibility to undo that thinking. So she talks about like saving for things is normal, like not being able to buy multiple pieces of clothing a month is normal. It doesn't mean that you're poor and you need to buy fast fashion. That means that you need to maybe rethink how often you save for things and when you invest in them, and the quality of the things that you then do invest in when you buy things. That involves really questioning your own relationship to consumption, what insecurities are making you feel like you need to consume in a certain way, and being really honest about your financial situation and what you need to do in order to support as ethical of clothing as you can. I wanted to read this quote from page 237. It's on a chapter about collective change. It says, when a building collapses on people in a traditionally pillaged country because many of us buy into a system which doesn't question why they're being paid such low wages and forced to work in such difficult conditions, we have to face up to the fact that in a small way we allowed it to happen because we didn't stop doing what we wanted. Tough to hear. Like I said, it's a challenging book, although I do think it's like very honest, and she just talks very candidly with the reader. Like she was saying, there are a lot of excuses out there for not wanting to question your consumption, or feeling like you're not in the position to question your consumption, and thinking those things doesn't negate the fact that there are people out there who are really, really being harmed by this system, and we, all have a responsibility to think about our place in that. So very important read, very important conversations that I think everyone needs to be having, and I think that she does a really good job of laying a framework for how we should think about these things, how we can challenge ourselves. There are things throughout the book where she asks specific questions and kind of like gives a few prompts that you can do to like think about your own relationship to consumerism. That book had been on my list for a while, and now I'm kind of excited to figure out what my next one is, because for a while I've had a queue going. I kind of knew what I was going to read next, and I don't really know right now, so we will see. Thanks for joining my little birthday week. This like week of February is always one of my favorites, and this was definitely up there. I hope you subscribe and join me for the next time. Next up, I'm doing a workshop with the Barbican, which is going to be super cool. Taking a little weekend trip to York, which is in the north of England, and yeah, it'll be fun. Till then, see you later. Have a good day.